What is going on, dude?
So this woman smashes with a bunch of Buddhist monks and then tries to blackmail them for like millions of dollars. Now the woman, they call her Sika, and Sika is 23 when this story starts, and she's living in Thailand. And one day in 2013, she somehow meets this older monk who is the abbot of this local monastery. So we'll just call him Abbott. And Abbott thinks Sika is fine. And so they hit it off and they start hanging out. And even though he's a monk and has taken a vow of celibacy, eventually Abbott
What?
and Sika start
What?
smashing. Not only that, but Sika ends up falling in love with him.
Girls are crazy, bro.
Like really in love. She thinks she's never felt this way before about anyone. She even starts thinking she wants to marry Abbott. Now, of course, Abbott can't marry Sika. Monks aren't allowed to smash, so they're definitely not allowed to get married. Regardless, they continue on with this secret affair. And he treats her nice, and he supports her emotionally, he gives her attention. But even more importantly, Abbott has access to money. In Thailand, people are apparently always donating money to the temples and to the monks as offerings, and the monks aren't really supposed to do anything with that money because they are supposed to be living these simple lives. So Abbott starts taking some of this money he has access to, and he buys things for Sika, and he pays for her to live a much better life than she's been living. For example,
Bro, what the flip is happening in this world, chat?
one time she asks him for a new Mercedes, and Abbott, he goes out and he just buys her one, here you go. So you can see why she's so happy. And this relationship goes on for a couple of years. Here's the thing about all this though. Sika is all in for Abbott, she's in love with him. But Abbott is not as in love with Sika. Because at some point she gets some terrible news. Abbott is not only smashing with her, he's actually smashing with a bunch of other women.
Oh my god, chat.
So much for that vow of celibacy. And of course, when Sika finds this out, she is devastated. How could he do this to her? She liked him so much. And so they break up, and Sika moves on. But now she has a bigger problem. She kind of got used to that luxurious lifestyle Abbott had been giving her over the years, and she's not quite ready to give it up. So she comes up with an idea, a way to turn all of this into a scam. She's gonna con a bunch of older monks. Abbott was just one horny guy, but there have gotta be more lonely monks out there who wanna smash. So she comes up with a plan to start seducing these older Buddhist monks and blackmail them so that they give her all the money she needs. So she goes out and she somehow finds a high-ranking monk and she invites him over to her house to help her with some religious items. But instead of all that, she seduces him and he breaks his vow of celibacy.
What? Why I'm living in this era, dude?
And they smash. Then afterwards, she's like, oh yeah, can I borrow 100,000 baht from you? 100,000 baht, which is 3,000 US dollars. And of course, he's like, all right. And he lends her the money because, I don't know, maybe the smashing was good. Oh, but she doesn't stop with him. She keeps going with other monks she meets in the area. She meets them, she seduces them, she smashes with them, and then she asks them to give her money. But, no big deal for her. Hooking up with someone and then asking them to lend you money afterwards, that's not a crime. Oh, but here's where she starts breaking the law. In order to ensure that these monks are giving her the money she wants, she starts secretly taking pictures and videos of her encounters with them. She basically makes sex tapes. That way, if they don't give her the money she wants, she can threaten to release the footage and ruin their lives. I obviously can't show you the real spicy stuff, but here's a picture of one monk rubbing her foot at her house, I guess. And here's another one of her holding a monk's hand on her bed, and here's another one of a monk passed out in her bed. And sure, these pictures may not seem that scandalous to us, but these are a huge deal in the monk world. You'll get kicked out of the monastery for this. And so anyway, Sika's plan works, because it turns out there are a lot of old man monks out there who are really horny. And so she
I'm not gonna say anything.
smashing with these guys left and right. And let me tell you, the money is now rolling in for her. And of course, Sika's got to spend it on herself because, why not? Like, so she's going shopping, she's buying new clothes, buying shoes, bags, jewelry, tons of stuff. On one shopping trip alone, she spends 3 million baht, or around 92,000 US dollars. 92,000 US dollars on one shopping trip. And when Sika isn't buying herself things or like smashing, she likes to spend her time online gambling. And she does a lot of this online gambling. Sometimes she'll place like big ass
Those money were paid for religious cause.
bets, like the equivalent of 15,000 US dollars at a time. And I mean, why shouldn't she? Any money she loses, she can just extort out of the next horny monk who comes along. And so she keeps going year after year. She's smashing, blackmailing, and living it up. And after several years, she's extorted the equivalent of 11.9 million US dollars. Oh my God. And at this point, she's smashed with and secretly recorded so many monks that she's had to get multiple phones because she needs more storage because she has over 80,000 spicy photos and 5,000 spicy video clips of herself and different monks.
She's running an offline OnlyFans over here, bro.
This woman is insane. But whatever, she's finally living the life she's always wanted, and she has no plans to slow down anytime soon. Until it all starts to fall apart. Because
Yo, chat, I would wonder how this would fall apart. Nah, bro, what did I join on? Exactly, bro. I'm also confused. What is this? This is insane. This is literally insane. She basically made an only monks. That is insane, bro. I'm thinking how this will fall apart. Like, how? That's the question. But this is also fall apart. That gives me confidence that every bad deed is happened on the earth will fall apart someday.
it's now 2024, and Sika is still pulling this scam. And at one point, she starts hooking up with this monk who we'll just call Baby Daddy. And we'll call him that because one day, allegedly, Sika ends up pregnant. And the baby is his. Here's the thing about Baby Daddy, though. Not only is he a monk, but he's
Bro, I cannot do this, man. What the F I'm watching, dude?
apparently some important leader of this famous Buddhist temple in Bangkok. And so at some point, Sika goes to him and she's like, hey, I'm pregnant and you're the dad. And then she extorts him and demands that he pay her 7.2 million baht child support, or about 222,000 US dollars. That's a lot of child support. And Baby Daddy is like, oh, hell no. But unfortunately for him, there's nothing he can do.
Yeah, exactly. He cannot do anything. There is like evidence. Bad evidence against him.
She has all the pictures and videos to blackmail him. So Baby Daddy does what a lot of baby daddies do. One day he just disappears.
Oh my god, wait a minute. The girl might be... No, probably she is cooked over here. Probably he will unalive the girl, probably. That's what I'm assuming over here.
And he leaves the monkhood. Now remember, this is a famous Buddhist temple. So he disappears without telling anyone
Bro, is gone?
why, and I guess some of the other members of the temple are like, what the f***, where'd he go? And so then the local police get involved because, this well-known monk went missing, and they start investigating, and eventually they find him. And they're like, where have you been? And he's like, I'm being blackmailed. So then police start investigating more.
Blackmailed?
and they find at least 9 other monks who had also been smashing with
Yo, why this video was hiding from me from a month. And this all happened in 2013, by the way. So, following the trend, this might be happening on a very large scale right now. And probably people don't even know about this.
Sika and who had been blackmailed by her. And this is a huge public embarrassment for the temple. And a bunch of monks get disrobed and cast out of the monkhood, and
And those are flipping old dude, bro.
they're forced to apologize, and they take off their orange robes and they put on plain white clothes before leaving the temple as civilians, which I guess is like a big deal if you're in that world. Regardless, it all leads back to Sika. And so in 2025, police go to her luxury home and bam, they arrest her. And I don't have her mugshot, but here she is being detained by
Ah, man. She slept with 20 Buddhist monks.
police. And so now Sika is currently in jail while she waits on her trial, and they suspect she may have smashed and blackmailed 20 different monks. Wow.
I mean, why would monks do this? They left this world to leave all this behind. But the urge of having mating with another gender or sex was so important that they couldn't stop themselves even at an old age. And the girl actually found the glitch in the system that no matter if you are a monk, no matter if you are old, but if you are a guy with a with a log, then you will fall for a hole. Gold digger. Sometimes I feel like the people who are not monk have a chance to be better than these monks.